In Creo Elements Direct Modeling 20.5, the Simplification module sees 5 key enhancements that make the simplification process more flexible, more robust, easier to automate, and more accurate. Number 1. In Modeling 20.5, more robust and accurate simplification results are achieved for merged situations involving parts of different resolutions that are shared, for inner part removal calculations, and for situations involving inseparable assemblies containing library parts. Number 2. Modeling 20.5 introduces a new occlusion phases concept to improve and guide removal of hidden parts during the simplification process. The new occlusion phases can be selected under the Structure simplification options. Selected phases will be closed by removing inner loops and are then considered as occluding phases for the hidden part removal calculation. Number 3. A new so-called special pocket removal is available for larger complex pockets that might not be detected within the defined size limitations for standard pocket removal. From within the Geometry simplification options, you can select Pocket Close phases for special pocket recognition and removal. Pockets within those selected phases are then removed, independent from the pocket recognition size limits defined for general pocket removal. In case occlusion phases had been defined, they can be included in the Pocket Close phases list by checking the option Include occlusion phases for pocket removal. Number 4. A new simplification container concept is introduced, allowing you to prepare simplification approaches up front and reuse them in an automated way. 3 container types are available: occlusion, merge, and associate containers. Create a simplification container of type occlusion to define and manage geometry used to occlude parts during the visibility check that determines inner parts for removal. In comparison to the occlusion phases shown earlier, the container provides more flexibility, as the occlusion geometry is not restricted to phases of the design assembly, but can be created independently. Check the Use Simplification Container option when you execute the simplification process to activate the simplification container related capabilities and rules. After simplification, the container geometry as well as the block geometry is deleted. Create a simplification container of type merge to predefine a geometric core volume that is merged with other parts of the owning subassembly. This can then easily absorb and remove many internal structural and geometrical details. In addition, you can use the simplification container of type associate to predefine the resulting simplification structure and geometry. The container content is used to replace the original owner subassembly with simplified parts and assemblies predefined in the container. In the shown example, we replaced the propeller assembly with the container content consisting of a part with predefined simpler geometry. And finally, number 5, Modeling 20.5 introduces a new surface-based simplification rule. This new process collects all faces visible from the outside based on a number of user-defined settings. You can, for example, define the directions that should be considered in the visibility check for outer face collection. After the definition of the front and up direction, you can control which of the 6 principal directions to include. During the simplification execution, check Collect Visible Faces to activate this new simplification rule. The resulting collection of outer faces is automatically gathered in a face part. The rule Collect Visible Faces also supports the inner part removal process involving occlusion faces, as well as the concept of closing faces. Inner face loops are closed for these faces, thereby shutting off inner geometric details. The faces are then integrated into the simplification result. More directions can be added at an angle to the principal directions. When combined with other simplification execution options, the collect visible faces rule will always be calculated last. These enhancements in Creo Elements Direct Modeling 20.5 significantly increase the power, flexibility, automation level, and quality of your simplification process.